I am wrecked. This happened 20 years ago. Dean's gonna break up with Rory. Rory's gonna get with Jess. And I have thoughts. Mended light. Okay, I know a lot of you are Team Jess. Some of you came after me for being a little more Team Dean. Let me make something clear. I don't think Dean's a perfect boyfriend. I don't think Dean's a perfect guy. And Dean, when threatened or jealous, is petty and controlling and territorial, and I don't love everything about Dean. But I'll tell you this, he was good to Rory in a lot of ways, and he was good to Lorelai, and he didn't deserve to go out like this. Oh, the 24-hour dance marathon episode, I can't think of anything I would enjoy less than dancing for 24 hours until I drop.
He's still there.
What?
Jess, he's still there. I can't believe he's still there.
Just ignore him.
Indeed. You've got a perfectly good Winchester brother right in front of you.
You're not supposed to come and sit and watch. You're supposed to dance. He's just trying to bug me.
Yep.
Sitting there right in front of me, staring. Jerk.
Look at Dean. He adores you.
Okay.
She's like, I'm bored. She's like, so they make out.
Go again. God, I swear, why can't they just get a room? Or forget a room, get a park bench, or a doorway, or even a strategically placed telephone pole would probably suffice. I mean, girls like Shane, what is it with them? Don't they see what they look like? I know they have mirrors.
Hey, you talking about me?
No.
I heard you mention Shane.
Shane isn't you.
Shane concerns me.
Shane concerns me too, and all women for that matter.
You got a problem here?
Nope, just a little sick of seeing the two of you sitting there. If you're not gonna participate, then why don't you just leave?
That works for me, let's go.
No,
Why not?
because I'm not ready to go.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. I'm gonna sit here as long as I like, and I'm gonna do whatever I like, and if you don't like it, then just ignore me and pay attention to your boyfriend.
I'm just saying, again, maybe I'm a little sore on this. Don't come too hard after me for criticizing Jess. You see this? You see this. Come on. But she says, he's like, pay attention to your boyfriend. And here's where Dean finally has a little bit of self-respect.
Sorry, she can't. I'm not her boyfriend anymore.
What?
You know, I tried to ignore this. I really did. But I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
What are you talking about?
You don't want to be with me, Rory.
Yes, I do.
Oh, please. You've been into him since he got to town, and I've spent weeks, months actually, trying to convince myself that it wasn't true, that everything was fine between us. But now I know that I was an idiot. You're into him, and he's into you, and Shane, who, by the way, should be listening to this because it's so damn obvious.
What's obvious? What did I do?
Everyone could see, Rory. Everyone. And I'm tired, but I'm over it. So go ahead, go, be together. There's nothing standing in your way now, because I'm out.
I wish he had a microphone. I wish this were karaoke so we could do that.
I don't see a yellow card. I don't see a yellow card. Excuse me, young lady whose name I don't remember.
Oh,
right
shut
now.
up. You're the worst.
No one listens to me.
No one listens to you because you're a tool.
True that.
Okay. Public outburst, maybe not the best. Things echo in that gymnasium. It's a small town. Everybody's going to hear. Everyone's going to talk.
They love gossip.
And yet, Dean's right. Everybody knows. Everybody sees it. And the issue is he has kept hoping that Rory would come around. He has thought, if I treat her well, then she'll want me. And that's a bit of a nice guy syndrome, right? Because there's nice guy and then there's good man. Good man is, I'm going to treat you well and do right by you because that's who I am. Whether or not you love me back or whether or not anything comes of it. And nice guy is a bit more transactional. It's earned affection. If I do X, Y, and Z and treat you this way, then I'm assuming that you're going to choose me.
I did this for you. I gave up everything for you.
And Dean, here's why it's not full nice guy syndrome. Because Dean, generally speaking, is decent to everybody. With Jess, it is nice guy syndrome, sometimes. As Rory said to him in a previous clip that I talked about in one of our other videos, you know, you're only nice to me, you're only kind to me. And that's what I tell people when they're dating. Watch how they treat others. Because if they're only kind to you, you're not bringing out the goodness in them. This is transactional. They're expecting something in exchange. And Jess is sometimes kind to Rory, and then when he's fed up, he's a jerk to Rory, and he's often a jerk to everybody else. Yes, I understand, comes from a rough home, doesn't have secure attachments yet, doesn't know how to be kind. I understand all of that. So when I said earlier that he wasn't good for Rory, it wasn't a judgment on him as a person. It was me saying he didn't, at that part of the story, know how to be a good partner. But Jess is going to earn major points with me right here.
Dean's a jerk. Yelling at you like that, breaking up in front of everybody, the guy's a total jerk.
No, he's not. He was right. Everything he said. All those things about you and me, all those things about me lying to him and messing with his head. He was right. Well, wasn't he?
Here's what I like about Rory right now. It's okay to feel whatever you feel. Who you're attracted to, who you want to be with, these things just exist within us. Like, that's fine. She was acting outside of integrity. The dishonesty, like she says, messing with his head, the not being honest with herself and not making a choice, flirting with Jess while she was still with Dean and hiding all of that, like, that was the issue. Her feelings for Jess actually never were. She's experiencing right now healthy guilt. Healthy guilt leads us to realign ourselves with our core values and to make amends and restitution when we act outside of that, which she's going to do, we're going to talk about in a minute. But she's being raw and real and vulnerable and accountable here, and I'm really a fan of how she's showing up.
Fine, he was right about me then. Now go away.
He was right. About all of it.
So, what now?
You've definitely broken up with Dean.
Yeah, I'm definitely broken up with Dean.
Okay. I'll have to go take care of something then.
Okay. I fist pumped when that happened because I am so tired of, in real life and on TV shows and movies, people being like, well, I have these feelings, so I have to act on them. And you would think, like, this is a beautiful moonlit moment. They're on the pier, their pier. They have memories there of conversations and stuff. And of so many times Jess has acted without integrity that you would think, well, this is a great moment for them to just make out in the moonlight. And instead he says, are you definitely broken up with Dean? And she says, yes. And he says, okay, I've got to go take care of something. That he's not going to enter into a relationship with Rory before breaking up with his girlfriend so that he's not betraying her or this doesn't start with cheating.
Now that's the way you do it.
And this was a moment where I'm like, okay. Because everyone's in the comments, it's like, just wait for Jess. You'll see what a great guy he is. I'm like, all right, if you say so. This is the first time I'm like, well played, Jess. I respect that. But that also means that Rory's got something to take care of too. Sneaking up to the window, but not to make out, sadly.
Hey,
What are you doing?
I climbed a tree.
Why?
Well, I was afraid to ring the doorbell because your mom would answer, and I assume she knows, so I assume she hates me, and I just wanted to talk to you, so...
She doesn't know.
She doesn't?
I haven't really been in the mood to talk about it.
But you're going to have to tell her eventually. So if she did answer the door and was nice to me, then I would have known that she was going to be hating me soon, and that just would have been really hard because I like your mom.
Okay, so totally Lorelai's daughter. There's an apology to be made, there's accountability to be taken, but she's going to start with her awkward feelings and some stabs at humor before she gets into it. And from a screenwriting perspective, I applaud this because they are family. And this is exactly how her mother would handle this situation, so Here we go. And Dean, just like when Lorelai tries this with anybody and everyone else is like, oh gosh, Dean's got this face like, seriously? Can you not lead with this?
I guess you're probably gonna tell your sister also, so she's probably gonna hate me too.
Well, too bad, Rory. Somebody doesn't like you for once.
I didn't mean...
What do you want?
Do you remember that girl Butterfly who lived in a tree for a year? I can officially attest that she was nuts.
Again, Lorelai's daughter.
I want to say that I'm sorry.
For what?
For treating you the way I did, for doing all the things you said I did. I am so, so sorry. It's all my fault. I don't know what's wrong with me. You were the most amazing boyfriend in the world. You made me so happy. You made me laugh. You made my mother like you. You were nice to my friends. You protected me. You even came with me to that stupid debutante ball.
I don't need the list.
I really did love you. Please believe that.
You with him now?
I don't want to talk about him. I just came to tell you that I'm truly sorry that I hurt you. And that I'm going to miss you so much. And I just hope that someday you won't hate me anymore.
I hope so too.
In the comments, some of you were like, why don't you go after Rory? Why are you painting her as this sweet and innocent thing who doesn't have a choice? I didn't realize that I was, but okay, I can own that. So Rory was wrong to lie. Rory was wrong to treat Dean the way she did. And Rory definitely makes her own choices. Some of you know I have what I call an accountability kink. I think the most attractive thing in a person is when they can own their behavior without shifting blame, minimizing, or justifying. I love this scene because she's not apologizing for having feelings for Jess. She's apologizing for how she handled that. Because Dean, when we see here, like when Dean's hurt, he's kind of a jerk. Like I'm not everything Dean does is great, right? You know, I hope I don't hate you too. And, you know, like some of the things he says here are very pointed and immature. And I hope that as the show progresses that he would grow into somebody who wouldn't be so nasty about it when he's been hurt. But he was a good boyfriend, and he was loyal, and he was supportive, and he was caring. And he was all the things that she described. And for her to, I don't like, it's all my fault and I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I don't think she needs to hate on herself. But just to say, I'm sorry for treating you the way I did. She let her fear and her self-judgment get in the way of doing right by herself, by Jess, by Dean. But now she's learning from it. She's growing from it. And she's doing what she needs to do to make amends as far as she can. The point is sometimes you hurt people and there's no coming back from it. You can't make it right. You can't restore what was lost. But what you can always do, and this is something I learned from Alicia, that there's no such thing as failure if you learn from it. If you learn, if you grow, if you take ownership, and then later you're better and you make different choices, then that experience, no matter how painful, wasn't a failure. It was a learning opportunity, right? And Rory here, this is a step into maturity. This is a step into adulthood. And I love this scene. Honestly, if they had had Rory get together with Jess and they just started hooking up without caring about anybody else in their lives, I would have been pissed at the whole thing and I would have not liked either of them as characters. But Jess refusing to be with Rory until he breaks up with his girlfriend, and Rory taking accountability with Dean, not just great for the show, but great examples of, in our lives, how to handle relationship transitions in a healthy, mature way. These Gilmore Girls videos are going to keep rolling on. I'm watching the entire show, but I invite you to check out the very first one I did, Therapist Reacts Raw to Gilmore Girls, when I'd never seen the show, and turns out my opinions of Emily and Lorelai were spot on. It's not that I'm that good, it's that the writing for the show is that good, but check this out. What do you think of how the show transitioned from Rory and Dean to Rory and Jess? And what lessons do you think we can learn from these characters? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, folks, keep shining because we need your light.